40.
Los 40 Global Show, España, América Latina. Hoy aquí con nosotros, sí, el hombre ha venido. Luis Tomlinson in the house.
Hello,
my dear
hello.
friend. How you doing?
I'm all right, man. Good to see you.
Welcome to Spain. Good to see you again.
Thanks a lot.
It's been a long time, almost 3 years.
Yeah, I
the
think so,
last
yeah.
time together. Huh?
Yeah.
Was at the CCME festival. How do you remember these days of your very first gig of the Walls album?
I was really nervous that day, just because it was. I think that was the first time that I'd done a full set. I think I'd done the odd performance, like 3 or 4 songs before that, but that was the first time I did a full set. So I remember being really nervous, but I remember coming off stage really excited about what's to come. Definitely.
And this year, once again, Spain. Why did you choose Spain for the festival, for the Away From Home festival in Fuengirola, in Málaga, in the south of Spain this summer?
Yeah. Oh, it was amazing. The location, it just looked beautiful, and also because I'd not gone to Spain on this tour.
Yeah.
Well, I started out, obviously. I did 2 shows in Spain before COVID, and then it got postponed.
Yeah.
So it kind of made sense to do it in Spain, and also a lot of, I'd say like 2/3 of the tour, it was like shit weather this tour. So we were like, let's choose somewhere it's going to be hot, man. It's going to be nice. But it was an amazing setup, man. The Spanish people, well, people came internationally, but the Spanish people really got involved, man. And it was a good opportunity for me to kind of show the music that I love in terms of the other bands that were on the bill. You know what I mean? And that was nice, man. It was nice.
And now November the 11th, you're releasing your new album, Faith in the Future. It's an optimistic title. Why did you choose that title, and what about this future for us?
A couple of things, really. I think my first album had a certain weight to it emotionally, and I kind of wanted to escape that. So I made a hopeful sounding record, and that's kind of a title to match the sound, you know what I mean? It feels like a hopeful title. But also I think it kind of sums me up as a person. That's kind of the way I've always been. I've always been an optimist, so I thought it was a good representation of me.
And after that, those years with the COVID, we need to be optimistic.
Yeah, I think so. It just felt like a good time to put out something positive like that.
Tell us about your new sounds, your new music. Is the right kind of music that you was looking for?
Oh, definitely, yeah. And I think I always knew what music I wanted to make. I think I alluded to it a couple of times on Walls, but I didn't really. I think there was just an element of this time round. I felt a lot more brave to do exactly what I wanted to do, and I think the tour gave me that confidence. But also, it's I'm not just being cliche. It's the fan base. They're the people who allow me to be who I want to be, because, you know, naturally when you make a different sound as an artist, you're worried about alienating. But, you know, I'm not being big-headed. It's actually just a testament to the fans. I don't have those worries. You know, they're so passionate, and actually from the fan base, when I'm doing what I love, that's infectious, and I feel the energy back from them, which is cool, man.
Of course. I've got some questions from the fans.
Cool.
Okay. Can you please send hi to everybody, your fans listening to Los 40?
Hello.
Okay. This is a question from Gabby. Do you realize that your fan base feels safe with your music and around you? How does it make you feel that?
Yeah, well, I think you know, all those. I think that's important to me, man. Especially, you know, in the context of either listening to the music or even at the live shows. Yeah, those places should feel like that, because especially at the show, you know, we're all there for the same reason, and it's to listen to live music and kind of enjoy those moments. So yeah, it's cool.
And Aidan wants to know, hi Louis, which song from your new album have you been most excited about composing?
I'd say there's a couple of them, but I'd say, because it's fresh in my mind, Out of My System, the single I just put out, that makes me feel really proud, because I couldn't imagine that on Walls, and I think it's a good song to kind of show the growth musically.
So now, in some days, you will release the album. What differences do you see between Walls and Faith in the Future, your new album?
I think this album just has more of me in it, and not to say that the first didn't, but for the reasons that I stated before, I don't think I was quite brave enough to kind of show myself exactly as an artist on the first record. So I think this record just sums me up better, and also it I'm hoping, you know, every song was written with the tour in mind. So I'm hoping when fans listen to it, it gets them excited for those live moments, definitely.
I've got two more local questions.
Yeah.
First one from Gemma is, what is your favorite dish of the Spanish gastronomy?
What's my favourite dish? Is it cliche to say paella?
Paella?
It's a little
Yeah.
bit, but it's banging, man. Really banging. I'll go paella, yeah.
Paella, yeah. Okay, perfect. And now, can you say something in Catalan? Yeah, the language from Catalonia, from Barcelona, for example. Can you say bona nit, buenas noches, good night, bona nit, bona nit?
Bona nit.
Okay, perfect. And now, I love you, us estimo.
Us estimo.
Us estimo.
There we go, yeah, man, yeah,
Perfect. That's great. Lots of love from Barcelona, from Rocío. To
Amazing,
you, Luis.
amazing. I love Barcelona, man.
Of course, in this show, we are playing Bigger Than Me. Of course, now we are playing Out of My System,
Nice.
your new single, incredible, amazing song. We love it. When did you start working on that songs?
Maybe about, I want to say maybe 4 or 5 months before I went on tour. So I went on tour, started this tour in February. So maybe 4 or 5 months before that. I deliberately took a bit of time. Well, there was no other option, but the fact that I had lockdown to kind of do nothing, it gave me a chance to kind of declutter in my head and work out exactly what I want from this record. And then kind of once I was familiar with those ideas, and also time had passed where we could actually get out and do stuff, then I started writing. But I didn't really do any of that, the Zoom writing sessions or anything like that.
That RBG121 wants to know what inspired you to write Bigger Than Me and Out of My System.
I think with most songs you're inspired by people, you know, other people, and not everything comes from personal experience, you know, that you are definitely, sometimes songwriting feels like glorified people watching, do you know what I mean? And there's definitely there's a million different stories that happen every day, so I find a lot of inspiration through people. But in terms of those two songs in particular, Bigger Than Me especially, that was written as a bit of an ode to me and the fans, you know, that those live moments that we shared together, they kind of go past me and past the fans. It's this collective energy that we have in the room, and that's pretty special, man.
It's been a while since you started your career with Wandy, and what's the difference of your music, your favorite music, before you start, and what are you listening at now?
Do you know what? I have to really kind of go out my way to listen to new music, because otherwise I find myself just listening to all the stuff that I listened to kind of growing up. So I wouldn't say my musical taste has changed that much. In fact, not really at all. I kind of have to actively search for new music, but even the new music I find, it's very much in line with the kind of music I listened to growing up.
This is a question from Black Phoenix. What is the weirdest, the most strange experience you had with a fan?
There's been a few over years. Once at a signing, at one of the One Direction signings, I want to say it was a hamster. We used to get like crazy gifts that people would bring.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure someone brought us a hamster as a pet, and I thought they were kind of just showing it off, but it was actually to keep and look after. I don't know what happened to that hamster. I hope it's still alive, but yeah, fuck knows.
Oh my God. Okay, so now is a question from Lucia SK8. If you had to tattoo a phrase from this new album, Your Faith in the Future, what would it be?
It's a boring answer, but it'd be the title. It'd be Faith in the Future. I think as a phrase, it carries a certain amount of weight, and I like that. And also, I can kind of see it as a tattoo. I do intend to get that actually at some point, the name of the album. But I said that about the first album. I haven't quite got round to it yet, so maybe I'll just get them both done on the same day.
You will do it?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Well, I say definitely. I'll probably forget in about a week, but yeah, hopefully.
Okay, and now he's at Light 91. Who was the first person outside of your team, of your crew, to listen to the album?
The first person outside of my team, well, Ollie, who's part of my team and my best mate as well, he listens to a lot of the stuff I do. But other than that, it's probably my son. It's probably my son, Freddie, actually. Not necessarily the whole album, but it's funny, you know, I'll have a new single out and I'll play him it, and he acts interested, but I can see in his eyes he's not really that bothered.
Favorite track for Freddie, maybe?
Favorite track?
Yeah.
Well, on the last album, it was "Kill My Mind," which
Kill My
I'm
Mind.
pretty proud of. So we'll see. Maybe I'll like Out of My System.
Okay, and one last question from the fans. This is from Always So Lonely. Will you ever tell us what 369 means? Please, Louis.
The truth is, I don't really know specifically to the nth degree what it necessarily means.
Yeah.
It just, there's something about it, and actually I've enjoyed not having any kind of explanation around it. Yeah, no, I'm not telling you.
I remember when I asked you about a title from a girl's name in one day, you always say, maybe it's yes, maybe it's no.
Exactly,
maybe it's true or not.
Gotta be political,
maybe,
man.
Maybe. Yeah. Okay. So, what are your favorite track you're most excited to play in the tour?
Probably either Out of My Single, the new song that's out, or probably Silver Tongues, and that's just because it was a great day of writing, and that's a song that I can imagine on playlists or on albums of bands that I like. So it was a real kind of proud moment for me. I'm sure it's going to be good live.
You're playing with your band?
Yeah, I do everything with my band. I got really.
What
really good
about the noise with your band? Good? You like it?
Oh,
How it sounds
definitely.
now?
Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely. Well, this tour that I've just finished has been great for that, because there's a certain, the first album, if you listen back to it, Walls, there's definitely some live moments in there. But I think my band as a collective did such a great job of bringing all those songs to life and giving them the energy that they need, definitely.
Perfect. And now we got the tour, your world tour on the 2023. It's going to be the Faith in the Future World Tour here in Spain on the 1st of October in Bilbao, the 5th of October in Madrid in the Within Center, and the 6th of October in my hometown in Barcelona, Palau Sant Jordi. Are you excited for the new tour?
Very excited, man. Very excited. That's by far my favourite thing to do. And I had to wait a long time for it, since the band, and then since my first tour, it was like 4 years or something. So the fact that now I've got a bit of momentum, it might feel like I've just finished me first tour, which I have to a degree, but I wanted to get out there as quick as I could, because it's just, they're the moments that you really feel the songs come to life.
And now we got more than 10 countries listening from Latin America. What about Latin America? Your future plans going there? It's a world tour, so I hope so.
Absolutely, man. There's definite plans to come there. It's just, I think we're working out some specifics still, but which is boring, I know, but it's the truth. By far one of my favourite places in the world to tour. Yeah. Absolutely, no doubt. I think anyone who has had any touring experience out there would agree with that. There's just a different level of, it's like fan culture is slightly different there. You even look to sport and you see the same thing. Some of the best, most exciting, most passionate football games in the world are at that side, in that side of the world. So amazing place to tour. I'm really excited to go back.
Okay, so Luis, thank you very much for being with us here at LOS40 Global Show for Spain and Latin America. You have to move to Spain. Everybody loves you here.
Man.
There's a lot of people waiting for you in the street, outside the radio. This is love. This is pure love for you.
I feel the love, man, in Spain, definitely.
Congratulations for the new album. Now we're going to play Out of My System once again, of course.
Perfect.
Okay,
love that.
we love it. Faith in the Future llegará el próximo día 11 de noviembre. Ya sabéis, llegará el nuevo álbum de Luis Tomlinson, nuestro invitado Star 40 de esta semana aquí en Los 40 Global Show. Thank you, my friend.
Thanks a lot, mate.
A real pleasure.
Yeah, man.
Suscríbete y entérate de todo.